Evidently, the biggest struggle for me as a queer man is stabilizing my camera without a tripod. Okay.
Any country, any place where there's an attack on a certain people, they're going to leave that country. They call them refugees. They leave to leave oppression.
Son was in there with his boyfriend and two other guys. They heard about 20 shots.
This is not the first time the members of the LGBT community have been targets.
Shepherd was brutally attacked in 1998, tied to a fence and left to die.
We run, we flee because we're afraid that if we don't, we might die.
Hi, my name is Luke. What you're about to experience is a short ethnography on the LGBT community on Long Island, one that still deals with open discrimination and issues coming from both within and from outside the community. As a trigger warning, we may be discussing topics such as sexual assault, violence, drug use, homelessness, open discrimination, bigotry, and more. Viewer discretion is advised.
My name is Masen. I use he, him pronouns. I am a transgender man. 3 fun facts about me. I have an extra tooth. I've been doing jiu-jitsu since I was 10. And I have a scar the size of my pinky.
Do you feel supported, or did you feel supported by your family when you initially came out?
So I initially came out when I was 14, and I didn't feel... I did feel like unaccepted by my family because I feel like they didn't get it, they didn't understand it, but they were never like against me being trans or like against my identity. They just did not understand it.
And it can be difficult for most current parents to understand their child's identity, especially since the LGBTQ plus population is one that's just being recognized globally. Masen's story is a common one on Long Island, fraught with confusion and missteps on either side. When compared globally, however, his experience seems like a dream. Outside of our coastal cities, LGBTQ plus youth face anger and backlash from their parents that often result in them facing homelessness, abuse, or are forced to be raised in negative environments that prevent them from growing and making positive changes. An article by the Canadian Broadcasting Company follows the story of a young man growing up in Toronto. When he comes out to his Catholic parents, he faces an immense backlash that results in him facing homelessness. The article features what parents can do to better handle this situation and create a positive environment for their children. The message is a simple one, an oath that we hope all parents make and keep, to love your child unconditionally.
I remember I was 15 or 16 and I sat down like with my mom and we were just like talking, and I remember her telling me that she thought that she messed up somehow.
What about your community? Do you feel supported by your community at all?
No. Living on the eastern end of Long Island is not the best place for anyone who's not cis, white, or man. So not entirely.
And although many here on the east end of Long Island live in blissful ignorance of it, homophobia and transphobia are still very much alive. Just now it's covered by the local news. And despite New York's reputation as a deep blue state, the majority of Long Islanders voted Republican or conservative in 2020, totaling at 55.44% of all eligible voters going red in the polls. When it comes to the LGBTQ plus community, Republican and conservative policies are known for their blatant homophobia and transphobia. Many say that policy is just a result of social stigma, which is why
I definitely feel like more advocacy is always important, especially like now for like transgender people especially. I would just like more people to listen. I feel like a lot of people are transphobic because they just don't get it.
My name is Luke Rose, and with me is
John Jennings. People have this common misconception that, if you teach kids about who they're attracted to, you're teaching them about sex. But we don't talk about love, attraction, who you're interested in. So it doesn't have to really be about their genitals or sex or about anything like that. It can just be, who are you more attracted to? Who do you prefer to be and like 10-year-olds are out there having girlfriends and boyfriends, and we play that up. If it's a boy and a girl, like how cute. But if it's a boy and a boy, it's perverted. If it's a girl and a girl, we see it as perverted. Being LGBTQ is the last known form of open oppression in this day and age. In our culture, to be racist, to be xenophobic, to have any sort of hatred towards women, towards a race. But in this day and age, we're allowed to say that I don't like homosexuals, and we're allowed to blame it on our upbringing, our age. In my day, because of my religion, there's all these factors that people are allowed to dislike and condemn LGBTQ openly, and do it in a way that they feel proud of themselves for doing it. It's like nobody cares. Nobody cares. We run, we flee.
Because we're afraid that if we don't, we might die. How true do you feel that statement is?
100%.